This morning, Republicans are claiming victory after winning both of the governor's races up for grabs yesterday, Virginia and New Jersey. Former Virginia Attorney General Bob McDonnell won easily, and in New Jersey, Christie unseated incumbent Jon Corzine. And both of these outcomes could change the complexions of those states' energy policies. Clean Sky's Dan Goldstein has been following these two races, and he joins us now live. And Dan, let's start with Virginia. Offshore drilling, a central issue here, and certainly a big part of McDonnell's energy plan.
That's right, Tyler, and in fact that might be the biggest change that we would see from certainly Virginia. Obviously it was a good night for Republicans, not a great night. They didn't win up in upstate New York, and that was a hotly contested seat, the House seat, but probably the two jewels in the crown really were the governor's seats in New Jersey and Virginia. So let's talk about Virginia first. Bob McDonnell made it a campaign promise that he wanted to expand oil and natural gas drilling off the coast of Virginia. Now, you remember that Governor Tim Kaine, the Democratic incumbent who's termed out, also wanted to make that a priority. Creigh Deeds, Democratic opponent who lost badly last night, said that he was considering expanding oil and natural gas drilling, whereas Bob McDonnell was going to go full speed ahead with that. McDonnell also has plans to expand nuclear and clean coal technology. Basically, as he's looking at it, is that jobs like that, especially fossil fuel jobs, offshore drilling, creates jobs and tax revenue for Virginia, since he himself, McDonnell, has committed saying, hey, I'm not going to raise taxes, I'm going to cut spending. So he's got to look for places where he can increase revenue in other places that doesn't come from taxes. And keep in mind, especially if you live in Northern Virginia, like a lot of us do, there's big issues when it comes to transportation, gridlock, and roads. And that was one of the biggest things in there, was transportation and jobs. And McDonnell, obviously, his plan, if he can get oil and gas drilling expanded in Virginia, he can add a lot of tax revenue to those coffers to help Virginia build roads. Now, one of the key things, though, is Creigh Deeds, his opponent, Tyler, still stays in the Senate. Now, even though Virginia had a lot of gains last night for the GOP, the state Senate still remains in Democratic hands. And Creigh Deeds obviously may be his opponent when it comes to getting those plans through when it comes later this year. Obviously, the legislature is going to be involved in that. Republicans still hold the assembly there, but the Senate is still in Democratic hands, and Deeds still might be opponent. But still, McDonnell might make a big change when it comes to drilling there. Tyler.
New Jersey, because offshore energy was a central issue for the incumbent governor there, Jon Corzine. He has been very much out in front in terms of the potential offshore wind projects regarding his state, but he's now on his way out. Christie comes in. Are there any signs that he'll maintain this inertia for offshore wind development?
Well, it's interesting you bring that up, because both Christie and Corzine were both very much in favor of expanded wind power. But here's the one thing that probably is going to make a bigger change. One of the things that Christie was able to successfully, obviously, hit Corzine on was over-promising and under-delivering. In his campaign, he was pointing out that despite all of Corzine's connections with Barack Obama, the president, New Jersey ranked 43rd in wind power production. And also he said that one of the things that he wants to do, that is Christie, is bring a lot of those wind power jobs, alternative energy jobs, solar power production for panels, especially wanted to bring those to manufacturing areas like Trenton. Trenton obviously was a big industrial hub and has seen tremendous losses in manufacturing jobs, and Christie was saying, look, it's not only just wind power offshore, I want to bring those jobs to New Jersey, to Trenton. And one of the things is that he just simply hammered Corzine on, hey, where's the beef? Where are you when it comes to getting these jobs? And obviously jobs and corruption were the top two issues, but energy obviously in New Jersey played a factor too, Tyler.
All right, Dan Goldstein reporting on last night's elections. Thank you very much, Dan.